What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Real Estate Jay, and today we have the handy dandy Starbucks coffee today. Yes, iced white chocolate mocha it is. And today's topic we're going to talk about why are you not the other? Right? So if you're an investor, why are you not a realtor? If you're a realtor, why are you not an investor? Let's talk about it. And I want to talk about it from more of an advantage standpoint, right? On why you should be considering one or the other. All right. So this is channel, pretty much all things real estate and business. I would love to hear your comments below. Please engage. All right. Engage. All right. Like the video. Do me a favor. If this is your first time on this channel, click subscribe and go through some of my other videos. We have a coffee talk. Probably would wonder why I would call it coffee talk. More high production videos, and I have some walkthroughs of properties. These are just sit downs and strategies that I love to be able to talk to the people. So let's talk about this. There's a term that my guy Dylan created, which I really love, and it's called a hybrid agent. It's called a hybrid agent. It's a perfect term. I'm sure it probably will go viral eventually because it's pretty dope. And it just means that you're both a real estate agent and an investor. And here's the thing. As an agent, let me just talk about an agent standpoint, right? I'm a practice what you preach type of guy, right? So there's a lot of real estate agents who don't own homes, who have never invested in real estate. They're good agents. Some of them are good agents, but it's a sales thing, I feel like, right? They don't really understand, the numbers part of the real estate. They just understand how to get the transaction to the closing table. And I'm that guy that's in school that would say, well, if the teacher's teaching me about entrepreneurship, what business do you have? Right? You can't just teach me in theory and say, well, this is how it goes. And so, there are some agents that have investor clients, and I know the agent's not an investor. And, they'll get upset when an investor doesn't buy a particular deal because they think, well, it's listed less than what it's worth. But they don't understand the rehab that goes into it, right? The holding cost that goes into it, and all those things. So I encourage an investor. They don't have to go out there and be, this high scaling investor where they're buying 20 homes a year. But I do think it's important for them to at least have maybe done a fix and flip, or maybe even have some rentals, right? If you're an agent. And it's really good for you as an agent, because if you're already having transactions coming in, and imagine having some more passive income coming in while you're doing transactions. It's awesome, right? You get the icing on the cake. And if you're a realtor and you want to get into fix and flip, well, the great part about it is you're making money as an agent, so that money's coming in, and you could use some of that money to invest into your project. And fix and flips, you make a lump sum money, so you can really diversify yourself by looking at expanding on becoming an investor. And the thing I love the most about it is that you're not really doing something different, right? You're staying in the real estate wheelhouse. You're just doing something like investing, but you can use your license to invest, right? And vice versa. One thing that I'm starting to see is in my business, I basically have 4 different ways to get paid every single month, right? And it's being an agent, it's being a wholesaler, I can fix and flip, and then passive income. Okay, so we all know sometimes you have great months, and sometimes you don't have so many great months. But when the not so great months come in, I'm still making passive income every single month that comes in. And let's just say I get a listing. Well, I at least got 2 transactions that month. The next month I might only get passive income. But the great part about it is when one month, which has happened to me, and all 4 transactions hit at one time, now that's a good day. You know, so yeah, my realtors, you know, start learning more about investing, and because I think it's going to help you, right? Because you already have the leg up as far as knowing how to find properties. You have been to the closing table a few times, so you understand that. You're probably working with lenders, right? Probably more traditional lenders, but you can start working with hard money lenders and all those things and really, really maximize your business. All right. So now that I've pretty much, you know, beat down the realtor, the investor, this is kind of more why I created the video. Because as an investor, you know, let's just say you're investing, and I'm going to throw wholesaling into this investing space as well. Even though wholesaling is more marketing, we're going to throw that in there as well, right? So wholesalers, fix and flippers, and landlords. I'm going to call all these people investors. If you go and just get your real estate license, which I think is even easier for you to do, you now can pick up listings and help people buy and sell that are just family members, right? You don't have to be a full-time agent. You know, I mean, just imagine if every year you did 3 or 4 transactions, you know, and this was family members, friends who need to sell, because every year someone's selling something or they need to buy something, and you go and help them, right? My brother-in-law, he's a mechanic, and he's got his real estate license, and he's helping people that work on the other mechanics or the other people in the dealership. He's helping them buy houses, right? He's a full-time mechanic, so he's making money on the side, right? And he just told me, he was like, yeah, man, I'm just using this money to buy car parts. So Mr. GTR flamethrower, he's using all his parts to shoot out flames, right? But no, like it's great because he's using his job, and he also has a duplex as well. So he's an investor and he's an agent. So I feel like for an investor, it's a little bit easier to get it. And again, going back to my point, now you can make multiple streams of income every single month, right? If you get a listing and let's just say you're a fix and flipper, right? And this is really, really where I learned how you can double dip. You're an investor. Let's say you're fixing and flipping a house, right? You know that property in and out. Most realtors don't know the property in and out. If I'm a realtor and I don't know nothing about investing, I'm going to tell you how much the house is worth based off the comps, how the other houses look. I don't know that you went in here and spent $25,000 to get this house to make sense, right? So I don't know your numbers, but you do. You're an investor. You fixed and flipped this house. Now you become the agent on your own deal, and you're going to make your own 3%. Charge yourself 4%, whatever. Do whatever you want to do, right? But let's say you charge yourself 3%. Well, now, not only is your profit going to be already good because you bought the deal right? Now you're going to make an extra 3% on the deal, which just makes it that much sweeter because you're an agent and you can represent yourself. So now you've made more money for yourself. And I think that's super, super dope when you can do something like that. If you're a landlord, you know, and you're interested in real estate, and you become an agent, I mean, again, that's a benefit too, because if you want to buy deals, you can pay yourself when you buy a deal because you can be the buyer's agent. You know, and as a wholesaler, I think you definitely should do it for multiple reasons. Number one, the regulation that is coming down on wholesalers across these different states. Just go ahead, get your real estate license and get ahead of the 8 ball, right? Because eventually that legislation is going to come, and then wholesalers are going to just pretty much fall by the wayside. And they might just say, go get your real estate license. Okay, great. Now you got your real estate license. Now you can wholesale, and now you can also pick up listings and help buyers. 4 different ways to get paid by just getting your real estate license. All right. And like I said, that's one reason for wholesalers. The second reason, again, is the multiple streams of income. And the third reason is because of data. You get to get access to the MLS as a wholesaler. Instead of using Redfin and Zillow and all these things that are just, just scattered data, you can go ahead, go to the MLS and find out how much a property is worth in a matter of minutes, right? So that's why I'm making this video, because, for me, over the last 3 years, this has been a strategy that I have implemented, okay? And so this is how I run my business. I don't run 4 different businesses, okay? I really just do one marketing strategy that can create 4 different type of leads. So I always start with cold calling, and I cold call motivated sellers first. If they're not a motivated seller, they may turn into a listing or a buyer. So now I can I can flip the switch and now become an agent, and I've gotten deals from doing that. And then the 4th way is creative financing, right? So I can probably become an investor by doing creative financing, but it all starts with the first thing of me cold calling a list of home owners, okay? So then once I find an actual lead, then I could qualify it and say, this is a retail listing, this is a buyer, this is a motivated seller for a wholesale deal or to buy, okay? So that's how I run my business. So it all starts there at step 1, and step 2 is then finding out what type of lead it is, and then I can figure out which tool I'm grabbing out to get this deal closed. So that's how I run my business. I don't run a business where I'm doing real estate agent stuff only, then I'm doing wholesale stuff only, but technically the fix and flip is its own business, and so is a rental, but I'm not doing much in the rental space. Fix and flipping, I have a pretty decent process, but it all comes from step 1. All right. So I wanted to make this video to talk about the advantages of being a hybrid agent, right? The times are changing. Technology is growing, so find a way to diversify yourself so that you can make the most money as possible, all right? Because that's what I want y'all to do. And remember, this is chess, not checkers. I see y'all at work.